representing the Gradual Abolition Act.
Freedom by degrees.
I got a black male slave here, young, healthy, and strong. What I got? I got a 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound. Oh, there we go. I got a 7 pound. Sold to the man with the big head.
Mothers lost their children. Families separated. Mothers lost their children. Brethren in relation of many families needing to find a way for others to understand. To understand the real meaning of being Christian. How within this culminating moment in these 1760s of my years of living on this earth, I yet not want to allow this slave trade to be for long. Because I believe to do all men as we would, they should do unto.
Sir Anthony Vincent.
John Woman.
May I join you for a cup of tea?
Yes, you may, sir.
I hear you speak about the abolishment of the slave trade.
Yes, sir, John.
I understand, but the prices of rice, tobacco, and grain products going up is a great sign of many slaves becoming free. And soon the taxation on slaves will go up too. Not mentioning slaves being needed in the Revolutionary War and slave holdings down south in states still needing slaves to work on plantations. There is so much holding us behind, Sir Vincent. This will take some time to change.
Of course, Sir John. This won't be for long, especially with as much support we've been getting throughout this process. I'm sure things will continue to work itself out gradually.
Well, I'll be on my way now, sir. I am not signing that petition and I am not freeing my slaves.
But I say, sir, do you believe all men are created equal?
No, I do not. Those slaves are not like us at all. They're made to work on plantations and provide labor.
But in God's will, slavery is unacceptable. We are all human.
Not those slaves. They don't even have souls.
Are we all human?
Yes, we are.
All right, and the only difference between you, me, and a slave is the slave's past ways of being brought up and his skin color. Other than that, he can live and breathe air just like you and I.
Those slaves cannot do anything but the labor they are given. If they become free, they're only going to be lazy like they were in their past countries as kings and queens.
And you think selling innocent souls as property is going to help? It's only forfeiting your own claim to humanity.
Those slaves are born to do labor. They don't know how to provide food for themselves. We taught them everything they know. So why free those animals?
Sir, I'm sure there's no proportion between 20 pieces of silver and liberty. Slaves are smarter than you think. You speak of paternalistic reasons. Slaves are smarter than you think. Don't they cook, clean, and keep our households in order? Watch our children if we have any? It seems to me as you speak of these slaves as not having souls, teaching you things you might not know.
I know more than you think. And that those slaves are needed to make money. Now I am not signing that petition, or will you please leave from in front of my household?
Sir, I'm sure there's no proportion between 20 pieces of silver and liberty. Miss Ella, I gotta talk to you. I heard Master Lou was trying to sell me. And when he talked about it, he had this here paper in his hand.
This be that first petition signed by 4 Quakers in 1688. Right here in Philadelphia. That'd be about 9-something years ago.
And this year is 1780. What that got to do with me being sold?
Well, this petition was when them Quakers and Abolition people made that group called the Pennsylvania Abolition Society. You may not know this part, but Quakers and Abolitionists like Master Anthony Vincent, Master John Woman, Master Benjamin Lay, they were the ones who came up with this here they called the Gradual Abolition Act, which was signed this year in March.
Is that act that talk about me being 28 and I'll be a free man?
Yes.
I only got 6 more months for me to be 28, and now my master trying to sell me?
I don't think you could do that, because you know this act got a lot of rules our masters got to follow in order to free us. Like soon I'll be a mother, And this baby I'm carrying is going to be free. Since that Gradual Abolition Act says any slave born after the passing of this act is willing to be free. And I'll be free too when I turn 31. Now with you, I think it's a problem.
I think there's a problem too. What rules is there that you think my master didn't follow?
I don't think he registered you.
This register thing you talk about? It's in that Gradual, that act, right?
Yes, there's a section 10 that says if you was in this state longer than 6 months, you're supposed to be a registered slave. And I don't think he registered you. Maybe that's why he's trying to sell you.
No, Miss Ella, I can't go back south. I can't go back south where I came from. Them beating me till I can't feel the pain no more. Working me to death. I can't go back there.
This act took years to make. And I'm sure it's not going to be an act worth nothing. It just takes time. I'm sure you get what you deserve, and that is to be free.
Yes, since in that Gradual Abolition Act in Section 10 of it states that I'm supposed to be a registered slave. And if my master didn't register me, then I do deserve to be free.
Yes, and you know they even got a government for this act to be protected, because they knew problems like yours would come up. They might go to court.
Master Lewis back. Miss Ella, thank you. Miss Ella, is that you?
James.
Oh, Lord, Miss Ella. I've been working at this here hardware store just hoping to find you. Now that I have, I just want to say thank you.
Well, you know it's been about 13 years ever since we talked now, James. I just want to know what you thanking me for.
Well, Miss Ella, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be a free man right now. You remember when my Master Lewis was trying to sell me?
Yes.
I did what you said. I ran away for a few months and I got a court case. And I won it because I mentioned that Section 10 of that Gradual Abolition Act states that I had to be a registered slave. And my master didn't register me. So here I am, a free man. And that Gradual Abolition Act is willing to make a change.
Yes, James. That act has already made changes for us. My baby boy, oh God bless his heart, he ain't no baby no more. You remember when I was carrying him?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, since my son Clarence was born after the Gradual Abolition Act, he came into this world free.
Well, you free too.
Yes, a lot has changed over the years since this Gradual Abolition Act. So many slaves are becoming free, and so many free men are freeing each other. Or that yellow fever epidemic that happened last year in 1793.
Them two men, Richard Allen and Absalom Jones, they founders of the Free African Society in 1783. And you know, there's actually a lot of African men and women who are running that society. That society helped out with them yellow fever victims and even became a part of the government.
Yes, James, I'm a part of that society. Now, I mentioned in the Fugitive Slave Act that happened last year in 1793 where slaves down south in states and other states that are not freeing their slaves. The slaves are running away up north for freedom, fighting their way through slavery, all because they want to be free through this Gradual Abolition Act. Now, that's good, but it also has caused problems.
Yeah, maybe that's why there's so many court cases that's going on right now.
Yes. James, they also have this church called the African Episcopal Church of St. Thomas, which was founded by Absalom Jones. This church has so much to offer. It's one of the first churches ever to be ran and established by African men and women. This church provides food, education, and also helps slaves who are struggling with the Gradual Abolition Act.